What's in an event? So many CRUD apps, we query them based on the state of the world, at the current point in time. So if you've got an invoicing app, you'll probably have a database with a bunch of invoices and a bunch of customers in. If a customer is deleted or archived, it goes away from the table. If an invoice has a pending status that is changed to a paid status, that status is immediately updated in the database. But the problem is we're throwing away the old state. And very often, in order to understand apps, in my experience, we need to see that history to be able to really understand what's going on. And seeing that history gives us a whole new level of insight. So that means we need to think of the world more in terms of events. We can still think of it in terms of state. That's how most modern web apps work, small to medium large anyway. But we also need to start thinking in terms of events in the events world. So what is in an event? Well, an event has really three things: a timestamp, an event name, and a set of attributes, or maybe a payload, depending on your terminology. So the event name and the attributes are the thing that I've seen handled poorly the most. So very often an anti-pattern is, oh, we don't even have events, we just have state and we're trying to figure out what's happened with the app 3 weeks ago from the state. Good luck with that. But even if we do have events, very often I've seen teams whose events are poorly structured, they're poorly thought through, and it's really just whatever the developer felt was right at the time. So events, good events that I've put into apps and I've helped teams to create have a few attributes. Number one, they're named in the past. So invoice paid, customer archived. Number two, they have namespaced events and namespaced attributes. Now this will help us when we're trying to deploy this across many different teams because there's a consistency there. Namespacing is very powerful. I'll come on to it on another video. And number three, there needs to be some kind of consistent schema, whatever it is, even if it's an informal schema. This is where OpenTelemetry kicks in, but even with OpenTelemetry, you need to develop your own schema and your own attribute naming. I'll go into more detail about that in a future video, but events, very, very powerful way of thinking about the world and a great way of applying observability and adding and improving the observability of your app. Bye for now.